Man is betrayed by his friend after they started a business together. An audio story. Daniel sat on the edge of his bed, staring at the acceptance letter from Harvard University. It was the culmination of years of hard work, sleepless nights, and unwavering dedication. Growing up in a small town in Pennsylvania, Daniel had always dreamed big. His parents, both school teachers, had instilled in him the value of education and perseverance. They were his biggest supporters, always encouraging him to follow his dreams. His father, Robert, was a high school math teacher with a patient demeanor and a knack for making complex concepts easy to understand. His mother, Susan, taught English and had a passion for literature that she passed on to Daniel. He spent many evenings at the kitchen table, working through math problems with his dad or discussing the themes of classic novels with his mom.
"Daniel, we're so proud of you,"
his mother had said, tears in her eyes, when he first showed them the Harvard acceptance letter.
"You've worked so hard for this. Remember to stay true to yourself and your values, son,"
his father added.
"No matter where you go or what you do, we'll always be here for you."
Harvard was everything Daniel had imagined and more. The campus buzzed with energy and ambition, and Daniel quickly found himself immersed in his studies. It was during his sophomore year that he met Michael, a charismatic and ambitious business major from New York. They bonded over their shared passion for entrepreneurship and spent countless hours brainstorming business ideas. Michael's charm and confidence complemented Daniel's analytical mind and meticulous nature, making them an unstoppable team.
"Hey Daniel, you ever think about what it would be like to start our own company?"
Michael asked one evening as they sat in their dorm room, surrounded by textbooks and empty coffee cups.
"All the time,"
Daniel replied, his eyes lighting up.
"I've always wanted to create something impactful, something that could change lives."
Michael grinned.
"Well, I think we have the skills and the drive to make it happen. What do you say we give it a shot?"
From that moment on, their friendship deepened as they spent countless nights working on their business plan. They decided to create a tech startup focused on developing innovative educational software. Their product, EduMaster, aimed to revolutionize the way students learn by providing personalized learning experiences through artificial intelligence. By their senior year, they had developed a prototype and secured initial funding from a university grant. The future looked promising, and they decided to dive in full-time after graduation. Daniel's expertise in software development and Michael's knack for marketing and networking proved to be a winning combination. They quickly attracted investors and a small but dedicated team.
"We did it, Daniel. Can you believe it?"
Michael exclaimed, clinking his coffee cup against Daniel's in a celebratory toast. Daniel smiled, feeling a sense of accomplishment.
"It's just the beginning, Michael. There's so much more we can achieve."
The early days were a whirlwind of excitement and hard work. They rented a small office space, hired a few employees, and began refining their product. Daniel spent long hours coding, often staying in the office late into the night, while Michael focused on securing partnerships and increasing their visibility. Their hard work paid off when EduMaster was launched and received rave reviews from educators and students alike. EduMaster quickly gained traction. Schools across the country were impressed by the personalized learning experiences it offered. The software adapted to each student's learning style and pace, making education more engaging and effective. Teachers praised it for helping them identify and address individual students' needs more efficiently. As the user base grew, so did the demands on Daniel and Michael. They worked tirelessly, driven by their shared vision of transforming education. The long hours and pressure didn't bother Daniel. He thrived on the challenge and the sense of purpose it gave him.
"Daniel, we just signed a deal with another school district,"
Michael announced one day, excitement evident in his voice.
"That's 5 districts this month." "That's amazing, Michael. The team is doing an incredible job,"
Daniel replied, feeling a surge of pride. As the company expanded, they hired more employees to handle the increasing workload. Among the new hires were Clara, a talented UX/UI designer with a keen eye for detail, and Raj, a data scientist with a passion for using machine learning to solve real-world problems. Daniel was thrilled to have such skilled professionals on board, and he quickly formed strong working relationships with them.
"Clara, these new interface designs are fantastic. They'll make the user experience so much smoother,"
Daniel said during a team meeting.
"Thanks, Daniel. I'm excited to see how the students respond to the changes,"
Clara replied, her enthusiasm evident.
"Raj, the new algorithms you developed are really improving our adaptive learning capabilities." "Great work,"
Daniel added.
Appreciate it, Daniel. I'm glad to be part of a project that's making a real difference.
Raj responded with a smile. The team's camaraderie and shared commitment to their mission created a positive and productive work environment. They celebrated each milestone together, from securing new contracts to reaching user growth targets. Despite the growing pressures and workload, Daniel felt a deep sense of satisfaction. He was doing what he loved, working with people he respected, and making a tangible impact on education. Little did he know that this period of harmony and success would soon be disrupted by unforeseen challenges and betrayal. As EduMaster continued to grow, so did the pressures and challenges. Daniel noticed that Michael had started to change. He became more secretive and often made decisions without consulting Daniel. Their once harmonious partnership began to show signs of strain. One evening, as they were wrapping up a long day at the office, Daniel brought up his concerns.
Michael, we need to discuss the budget for the new features,
Daniel said, frustration evident in his voice.
Don't worry about it, Daniel. I've already taken care of it,
Michael replied dismissively.
But we need to make these decisions together. We're partners,
Daniel insisted. Michael waved him off.
I know what's best for the company. Trust me.
Daniel's worry only grew. He noticed that Michael was spending more time with their investors and less time discussing company strategy with him. It wasn't just their partnership that was strained. The entire dynamic within their friend group was changing. Their close-knit group from university, which included Clara, Raj, Emily, a marketing expert, and Jake, a financial analyst, began to feel the tension as well. They had all joined EduMaster, excited to be part of something innovative and impactful. However, the increasing friction between Daniel and Michael was hard to ignore. One evening, the group gathered for dinner at a local restaurant to celebrate a recent milestone. The atmosphere was strained despite the achievement.
Great job on the new feature rollout, team,
Daniel said, raising his glass.
We couldn't have done it without each and every one of you. Yeah, it's a huge success,
Michael added, though his enthusiasm felt forced.
But we need to keep pushing if we want to stay ahead.
Clara exchanged a worried glance with Raj.
Is everything okay between you two?
She asked cautiously. Daniel forced a smile.
Just the usual pressures of running a startup. Nothing we can't handle.
Michael nodded, but didn't meet anyone's eyes.
Exactly. Let's focus on the future.
The unease among the group was palpable, but no one wanted to press the issue further. They all hoped things would improve with time. The final blow came when Daniel discovered that Michael had been meeting with investors behind his back, presenting himself as the sole founder and decision-maker. It became clear that Michael was positioning himself to take over the company.
Michael, what's going on? Why are you meeting with investors without me?
Daniel confronted him one evening after another long day at the office. Michael didn't even look up from his laptop.
Daniel, you're too focused on the technical details. I'm handling the business side. It's better this way. Better for who? We started this together,
Daniel said, his voice shaking with anger.
It's just business, Daniel. You wouldn't understand,
Michael replied coldly. In the weeks that followed, Daniel's worst fears were confirmed. Michael had convinced the board to side with him, citing Daniel's supposed lack of business acumen and vision. Daniel was ousted from the company he had helped build from the ground up. To add insult to injury, Michael spread rumors and lies, painting Daniel as difficult to work with and uncommitted. The betrayal left Daniel devastated. He had lost not only his company, but also his closest friend and support system. The friends he had trusted turned their backs on him, believing Michael's version of events. Clara was the first to confront Daniel.
Why didn't you tell us what was going on?
She demanded, her voice tinged with hurt.
I tried, Clara. But Michael, he made it impossible,
Daniel replied, his heart heavy with the weight of his words. Raj shook his head.
This doesn't make sense, Daniel. We've always trusted you. Why would Michael do this? Because he wanted control. He manipulated all of us,
Daniel said, feeling a mix of anger and sadness. Emily looked torn.
I don't know who to believe anymore. We were a team. How did it come to this?
Jake, who had been quietly listening, finally spoke up.
Daniel, we need to know the truth. Did you really ignore the business side as Michael claims?
Daniel looked at his friends, his voice trembling.
I did everything I could to make EduMaster a success. I focused on what I was good at, and I trusted Michael to handle the business. But he betrayed that trust.
The group fell into a heavy silence. The bonds they had formed during their university days and early startup days seemed irreparably damaged. Clara sighed.
Look, Daniel, we're really sorry about how things turned out. But we've decided to stay with the company. We can't just walk away from everything we've worked for.
Raj nodded.
It's not that we don't care about you, Daniel. It's just, this is our livelihood. We've invested so much into this.
Emily and Jake echoed similar sentiments. The reality of their situation hit Daniel hard. They were choosing stability and their careers over their friendship with him. Feeling utterly alone and betrayed, Daniel decided he needed a fresh start. However, instead of moving to a new city, he chose to return to his childhood home. He knew that being close to his parents would provide the emotional stability he desperately needed. His parents welcomed him with open arms, their home providing a refuge from the turmoil he had experienced.
Daniel, we're here for you,
his mother said, hugging him tightly.
You can stay as long as you need. Thanks, Mom. I just need some time to figure things out,
Daniel replied, trying to keep his emotions in check. The first few months back home were a blur of emotions. Daniel stayed in his old bedroom, the familiar surroundings offering a strange sense of comfort. He took on freelance projects to make ends meet, using the work as a way to distract himself from the pain of betrayal. His father, Robert, offered words of wisdom during their evening walks.
Son, sometimes life throws us curveballs. It's not about how hard we get hit, but how we pick ourselves back up.
His mother, Susan, encouraged him to take care of his mental health.
Don't bottle up your feelings, Daniel. Talk to us or write about it. It'll help you heal.
With his parents' unwavering support, Daniel started to feel a glimmer of hope. He began to explore new opportunities and slowly regained his confidence. The healing process had begun, but the journey was far from over. Daniel's hometown was a stark contrast to the bustling life he had led in Boston. The small town in Pennsylvania was quiet and familiar, offering a sense of comfort he desperately needed. His parents' home became a sanctuary where he could reflect on his experiences and plan his next steps.
Take your time, Daniel. There's no rush to figure everything out,
his mother said one morning as they sat at the kitchen table, sipping coffee.
Thanks, Mom. I just feel so lost right now,
Daniel replied, staring into his cup. His father joined them, placing a reassuring hand on Daniel's shoulder.
You've been through a lot, son. It's okay to feel that way. Just remember, every setback is an opportunity to learn and grow.
Daniel nodded, appreciating their support. He decided to take on freelance work to keep himself busy and maintain a connection to the tech world. Working from his childhood bedroom, he began to rebuild his confidence and skills. The healing process was slow but steady. Daniel spent more time with his parents, enjoying their company and the simplicity of small-town life. He also reconnected with old friends from high school, who welcomed him back without judgment. One evening, while having dinner with his parents, his mother brought up an idea.
Daniel, have you thought about volunteering? It might help you feel more connected and give you a sense of purpose.
His father nodded in agreement.
There's a community center downtown that's always looking for volunteers. You could share your tech skills with the kids there.
Daniel considered their suggestion.
That's not a bad idea. I'll look into it.
Volunteering at the community center turned out to be a turning point for Daniel. He started teaching coding classes to local kids, and their enthusiasm reignited his passion for technology. He also met several other volunteers, who became friends and sources of inspiration. At the community center, Daniel befriended Lisa, a social worker with a warm personality and a dedication to helping others. Lisa's optimism and energy were infectious, and Daniel found himself looking forward to their conversations.
Hey, Daniel. How's your coding class going?
Lisa asked one afternoon as they took a break in the staff lounge.
It's going great. The kids are so eager to learn, and it's been really rewarding,
Daniel replied with a smile.
That's awesome. You know, you have a real gift for teaching. Have you ever thought about starting something new, maybe even another business?
Lisa suggested. Daniel hesitated.
I don't know, Lisa. After what happened with EDU Master, I'm not sure I can go through that again.
Lisa placed a reassuring hand on his arm.
You're stronger than you think, Daniel. And this time, you won't be alone. You've got a support system here.
Lisa's encouragement planted a seed in Daniel's mind. Over the next few weeks, he began to toy with the idea of starting a new venture. This time, he wanted to create something that truly mattered to him, something that could make a difference in people's lives. One evening, after a particularly fulfilling coding class, Daniel found himself lost in thought. He remembered the excitement of building EDU Master and the impact it had on education. What if he could create something similar, but on his own terms? With renewed determination, Daniel began brainstorming ideas. He decided to create a platform that connected freelance developers with startups in need of talent. His own experiences as a freelancer had shown him the challenges and opportunities in the market, and he saw a way to bridge the gap. He shared his idea with Lisa and his parents, who offered their full support. With their encouragement, he began to build the platform. He worked tirelessly, coding the initial version and reaching out to potential clients and freelancers. Lisa introduced Daniel to her friend Tom, a local entrepreneur who had successfully started several small businesses. Tom was immediately intrigued by Daniel's idea and offered to invest in the new venture.
Daniel, I believe in your vision. I'd like to invest in DevConnect and help you get it off the ground,
Tom said during one of their meetings. Daniel, still jaded from his betrayal by Michael, was wary of accepting help, even from someone as genuine as Tom. He decided to protect himself by drafting clear contracts and maintaining control over the core aspects of the business.
Tom, I appreciate your offer, but I need to make sure everything is transparent and that I have control over the decision-making process,
Daniel said cautiously. Tom nodded understandingly.
Of course, Daniel. I completely understand. Let's put everything in writing and ensure that you feel secure in this partnership.
With Tom's investment secured and his own safeguards in place, Daniel focused on developing DevConnect. He drew on the skills and knowledge he had gained from his past experiences and worked tirelessly to create a robust and user-friendly platform. Daniel worked closely with Lisa, who provided valuable feedback and connected him with other potential collaborators. Her network proved to be a significant asset, helping Daniel to secure initial funding from local investors.
Daniel, I set up a meeting with a few investors who might be interested in your platform,
Lisa told him one day.
They're looking for innovative tech solutions, and I think DevConnect could be a perfect fit. Thanks, Lisa. I really appreciate all your help,
Daniel replied, feeling a surge of gratitude. The road wasn't easy. There were technical challenges, funding issues, and moments of self-doubt. But with each obstacle, Daniel grew stronger. He learned from his past mistakes and relied on the support of his new friends and family. Lisa, in particular, was a constant source of encouragement and guidance.
Remember, Daniel, it's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get back up,
she reminded him during one particularly tough period. Daniel also leaned on his parents, who continued to offer their unwavering support. His father helped him with financial planning, drawing on his analytical skills, while his mother provided emotional support and encouragement.
Daniel, you've got this. We believe in you,
his mother said, giving him a hug. With their support, Daniel persevered. He secured additional funding from local investors and began to attract clients and freelancers to the platform. DevConnect started to gain traction, and Daniel felt a renewed sense of purpose and fulfillment. After months of planning, Daniel finally had a breakthrough. DevConnect was born out of his experiences and the realization that the freelance market was full of untapped potential. He envisioned a platform that could seamlessly connect talented developers with startups in need of their skills.
DevConnect will be different,
Daniel explained to his parents one evening.
It's not just about matching freelancers with jobs. It's about building a community and ensuring quality and trust on both sides.
His parents were supportive, as always. His mother, Susan, suggested involving local businesses to get some initial traction. His father, Robert, offered his analytical skills to help Daniel set realistic financial goals.
Son, start small but think big,
Robert advised.
Focus on creating a solid foundation first.
With his family's encouragement, Daniel felt more confident. He worked tirelessly, coding the initial version of DevConnect from his bedroom. Lisa was a constant source of support, helping him refine his ideas and offering feedback on the platform's user interface. As DevConnect started to take shape, Daniel realized he needed a team to bring his vision to life. He decided to reach out to freelancers through online communities and local tech meetups. At one of these meetups, he met Sarah, a talented front-end developer who had just moved to town. Sarah was immediately drawn to Daniel's passion and the potential of DevConnect.
Your idea is exactly what I've been looking for,
Sarah said, excitement in her voice.
I'd love to be part of it.
Daniel was thrilled. Sarah's expertise complemented his own, and together, they began to build the platform. They were soon joined by Mark, a back-end developer with years of experience in creating scalable systems, and Jenny, a marketing specialist who had a knack for understanding user needs and trends. With the core team in place, Daniel felt ready to take the next step. He met with Tom, the local entrepreneur, to finalize the investment deal.
Daniel, I've seen many startups, but your vision for DevConnect is truly unique,
Tom said during their meeting.
I'm confident this will be a game changer. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate your belief in me and this project,
Daniel replied, still cautious but hopeful. They signed the investment deal with clear terms that ensured Daniel retained control over the business decisions. This move gave Daniel the financial support he needed without compromising his vision or authority. With funding secured, the team worked around the clock to prepare DevConnect for launch. They focused on creating a seamless user experience, ensuring that both freelancers and startups could easily navigate the platform.
Everything needs to be perfect,
Daniel reminded the team during their final prep meeting.
We're not just launching a product, we're launching a community.
The launch day arrived with much anticipation. The team gathered in their small office, nerves and excitement palpable in the air. They watched as the first user signed up, and feedback started pouring in.
Look, we've got our first match,
Sarah exclaimed, pointing to the screen.
A startup in Boston just hired a developer from San Francisco.
Daniel felt a surge of pride and relief. DevConnect was live, and it was working. The initial feedback was overwhelmingly positive, with users praising the platform's ease of use and effectiveness. The initial success was exhilarating, but the road ahead was still fraught with challenges. There were technical glitches to fix, user concerns to address, and the constant pressure to keep improving.
Daniel, we're getting reports of some bugs in the messaging system,
Mark said one afternoon.
I'll get on it right away. Thanks, Mark. Let's prioritize those fixes. We need to maintain our users' trust,
Daniel replied, feeling the weight of responsibility. Jenny worked tirelessly on marketing strategies to attract more users, leveraging social media and tech blogs to spread the word about DevConnect. Her efforts paid off as more startups and freelancers joined the platform.
Daniel, our user base has doubled in the past month,
Jenny reported during a team meeting.
People are really loving the community aspect. That's fantastic news, Jenny. Let's keep that momentum going,
Daniel responded, feeling a renewed sense of determination. As DevConnect grew, so did the bonds within the team. They worked closely together, celebrating each milestone and supporting each other through the challenges. Daniel found himself forming genuine friendships with his colleagues, something he hadn't expected after the betrayal he had experienced.
Daniel, I just wanted to say thank you,
Sarah said one evening after a particularly grueling workday.
Working on DevConnect has been one of the most fulfilling experiences of my career. Thank you, Sarah. I couldn't have done this without all of you,
Daniel replied, feeling a deep sense of gratitude. Lisa continued to be a pillar of support, offering advice and encouragement.
You've built something amazing here, Daniel. I'm so proud of you.
DevConnect's success continued to build, and the platform started gaining recognition in the tech community. Daniel was invited to speak at tech conferences and events, sharing his journey and the mission behind DevConnect.
DevConnect is about more than just connecting freelancers with startups,
Daniel explained during one of his talks.
It's about creating a trusted community where both parties can thrive and grow.
The team's hard work paid off as DevConnect received several industry awards for innovation and user satisfaction. The platform's growth was steady, and its reputation for quality and reliability spread. Daniel's parents were immensely proud of him.
You've come so far, Daniel,
his mother said, tears in her eyes.
We always knew you'd do great things.
His father nodded, beaming with pride.
You've turned a difficult situation into something truly remarkable, son.
With DevConnect firmly established, Daniel began to think about the future. He had learned invaluable lessons from his past experiences, and was determined to keep growing both personally and professionally.
Team, we've achieved so much, but there's still a lot more we can do,
Daniel said during a team meeting.
Let's continue to innovate and make DevConnect the best it can be.
The team's enthusiasm was infectious. They brainstormed new features and improvements, always striving to enhance the platform and better serve their community. Daniel felt a profound sense of fulfillment. He had rebuilt his life, formed new bonds, and created something meaningful. The journey had been tough, but it had also been incredibly rewarding. As he looked ahead, Daniel knew that whatever challenges lay in the future, he was ready to face them with resilience, trust, and the support of those who believed in him. DevConnect's reputation continued to grow, attracting more users and gaining significant attention within the tech industry. Startups praised the platform for its efficiency in connecting them with highly skilled freelancers, while freelancers appreciated the steady stream of quality opportunities.
Daniel, our user base has tripled this quarter,
Ginny reported during a team meeting.
We're seeing a lot of repeat users and positive reviews. That's fantastic news, Ginny. Let's make sure we maintain our high standards and keep innovating,
Daniel replied, feeling a deep sense of pride. The team worked tirelessly to introduce new features and improvements. They added a robust rating system to enhance trust and accountability, and implemented advanced matching algorithms to ensure better fits between freelancers and startups.
Mark, these new algorithms are incredible. They're really making a difference,
Daniel said, reviewing the latest user feedback.
Thanks, Daniel. It's been a team effort,
Mark replied, clearly pleased with the positive response. As DevConnect continued to excel, it began to receive recognition from industry leaders. Daniel was invited to speak at several high-profile tech conferences, where he shared the journey and mission behind DevConnect.
DevConnect is about more than just connecting freelancers with startups,
Daniel explained during one of his talks.
It's about creating a trusted community where both parties can thrive and grow.
The platform won several prestigious awards for innovation and user satisfaction, further cementing its reputation as a leading player in the freelance tech market.
We couldn't have done this without each and every one of you,
Daniel said during a celebratory team dinner.
Your hard work and dedication have made DevConnect what it is today.
Despite the success, the journey was not without its challenges. As the platform grew, so did the complexity of maintaining it. There were technical issues that needed immediate attention, as well as the ongoing challenge of keeping up with the rapidly changing tech landscape.
Daniel, we're experiencing server overload during peak times,
Mark said during a meeting.
We need to upgrade our infrastructure. Let's prioritize that immediately,
Daniel responded.
We can't afford downtime. Jenny, can you coordinate with Mark to ensure we communicate any maintenance schedules to our users?
Jenny nodded.
Absolutely. I'll handle the announcements and keep our users informed.
Financial sustainability was another pressing issue. As the user base expanded, so did operational costs. Daniel worked closely with Tom to secure additional funding and manage expenses.
Tom, we need to ensure we have enough runway to support our growth,
Daniel said.
Let's explore additional funding rounds and possibly strategic partnerships,
Tom agreed.
I'll start reaching out to our contacts. We'll need to be strategic about this.
Moreover, maintaining team morale and cohesion became crucial as the workload increased. Daniel implemented regular team-building activities and encouraged open communication to keep everyone motivated.
Team, I know we've been working hard, but it's important to take breaks and support each other,
Daniel said during a team meeting.
Let's make sure we're looking out for one another.
One evening, as Daniel sat in his office, he took a moment to reflect on his journey. From the betrayal that had nearly broken him to the incredible success of DevConnect, he realized how far he had come. He felt a deep sense of satisfaction knowing that his success surpassed anything Michael had achieved. His thoughts turned to Michael and the team he had left behind. He wondered how they were doing, and if they ever thought about what had happened. Despite everything, Daniel felt a sense of closure. He had rebuilt his life and found new purpose.
Daniel, you've come so far,
his mother said when he shared his thoughts with her.
You've turned a difficult situation into something truly remarkable.
His father nodded in agreement.
You've shown incredible resilience and determination, son. We're so proud of you.
One afternoon, while attending a tech conference, Daniel spotted a familiar face in the crowd. It was Michael, looking older and more subdued than he remembered. Daniel felt a surge of emotions, but decided to approach him.
Michael,
Daniel said, extending his hand.
It's been a while.
Michael looked up, surprise and then irritation flashing across his face.
Daniel, I didn't expect to see you here,
he replied tersely.
I wasn't either,
Daniel replied, trying to keep his voice steady.
How have you been?
Michael shrugged, clearly uncomfortable.
I've had my ups and downs. I heard about DevConnect. I guess congratulations are in order. Thanks,
Daniel said, feeling a mixture of emotions.
I've learned a lot since then.
Michael's expression hardened.
I'm sure you have. Anyway, I'm busy, so if you'll excuse me.
Daniel watched as Michael walked away, unrepentant and unchanged. There was no apology, no remorse. In that moment, Daniel realized that he didn't need Michael's apology to move on. He had already won by building something incredible on his own terms. Back at his office, Daniel looked out at the bustling cityscape of San Francisco. DevConnect was thriving, and he had plans to expand the platform to other markets. He felt a deep sense of fulfillment and gratitude for the journey he had taken. Gathering his team, Daniel addressed them with a smile.
We've come a long way, and there's still so much more we can achieve together. Remember, it's not just about the destination, but the journey and the people we meet along the way.
As he spoke, he thought about the lessons he had learned, the importance of resilience, the value of trust, and the power of new beginnings. Surrounded by his new friends and colleagues, Daniel knew that he was exactly where he was meant to be, ready to face whatever the future held. With DevConnect firmly established, Daniel began to think about the future. He had learned invaluable lessons from his past experiences, and was determined to keep growing both personally and professionally.
Team, we've achieved so much, but there's still a lot more we can do,
Daniel said during a team meeting.
Let's continue to innovate and make DevConnect the best it can be.
The team's enthusiasm was infectious. They brainstormed new features and improvements, always striving to enhance the platform and better serve their community. Daniel felt a profound sense of fulfillment. He had rebuilt his life, formed new bonds, and created something meaningful. The journey had been tough, but it had also been incredibly rewarding. As he looked ahead, Daniel knew that whatever challenges lay in the future, he was ready to face them with resilience, trust, and the support of those who believed in him.